Your appearance isn't exactly inconspicuous.
Well, thank you. You look pretty tasty yourself. Who am I supposed to hide from? That shriveled-up dwarf or the old man with the cane? They're busy enough just trying to kill each other. Why is Warunk considered freed when a woman is frowned upon just for showing a bare ankle?
I wasn't really talking about your ankles. I noticed you for other reasons.
That doesn't bother me in the least.
This guy they call the Demon Master. What do you know about him?
Oh, have you no respect for the divine Borberad?
He failed.
Maybe so, but more important is, those fools who worship him still haven't understood him. He followed no one's teachings, never recognized a master. Do you think he would have wanted statues erected in his honor and choirs of cultists mindlessly aping his teachings?
Azrael forced Kalandra to swear an oath to Borberad.
Azrael is not Borberad, Chiron.
What is this first paladin business?
Each awakened passes their gift onto their murderer. The paladin arises from the combined gifts. The paladin is infinite power, free-forming astral energy, the wet dream of every dried-up old magician ensconced between dusty books.
And your reason to kill me in the end?
When the time comes, the last of us will have to pay the tribute. They lose their will to Azrael. I don't know if you'd like that. I'd rather be dead than her brainless puppet. And I don't think either of us is stupid enough to keep playing into her hands by killing one another.
You gave my father instructions for summoning. What exactly is this Zul'Garoth?
A horror from the Netherhells. His power is enormous. It has cost me a great deal to steal his true name from Azrael. He is the only one who can free the Awakened from the need to kill and break Azrael's power over the gifts. He created them.
He's Azrael's ally. Why should he listen to us?
Because he is not her ally. She forced him to do her bidding, as one does at a summoning, provided they succeed. He probably hates her.
And he doesn't know us. What could we offer him?
Maybe he likes to watch. Imagine if he wanted a violent struggle in the summoning circle. What would we do then?
Kalandra, does that name ring a bell?
No, never heard of. Or wait, isn't that terrible disease where you get all those bloody blisters under your skin?
Shut up!
And there he blows. Seems like the gift isn't the only thing that has you under control. Have you sworn something to her? Eternal, unbreakable fidelity, maybe? That would be a shame.
What do you know about Kalandra?
She is Azrael's new favorite, the new Portifex Maxima, the greatest portal opener of them all, the best of the Awakened.
What portals? Out with it.
Her gift is supposed to open portals between the worlds, the human and the demonic. And although this is only my personal impression, Kalandra doesn't seem uninterested in this power.
The fire demon, what did you have to do with it?
3 stones of dominion, burned by demonic fire. The first from a house of worship. It couldn't have gone better.
You summoned the fire demon.
You'll have to find that one out for yourself, handsome. But if you are looking for advice, in this city, the truly wise are likely to be behind bars.
All right, so we collect stones.
Good luck, and see you soon.
good day. At least, no demons so far, anyway.
12 gold? Oh, shit.
Hey! Down here!
Magus, as fresh and free as ever.
Naive irony, how amusing. In actuality, I'm only staying here to ensure that my appeal proceeds properly. According to the Codex Albiricus, I'm a free man.
Be glad you're sitting in that cell. There are fire demons wandering around out here.
Are you serious? That amateur was actually successful?
How did I know that you would somehow be involved?
Sir, I did not ask to be quartered next to that bungler, and when I learned of his perfidious plan, I did my best to minimize any damage.
A temple burned. A child is dead. Your help seems to have taken an unusual form, Theodore.
I am in no way responsible for the fact that those brats failed to memorize a simple hopscotch.
Tell it from the beginning.
This summoner they just hanged. Presumably he wanted to take revenge on the Warunkians and use those innocent children as his tools. He wanted them to summon the Typhelel, the fire demon. Summon? How irresponsible. I thought my plan had countered his plan. It is a fool who thinks he's smart.
Just so I understand this correctly, the summoner taught the children a magic formula that would allow them to summon demons.
Absurd, I know. Also, I can hardly believe that pin-headed academic lightweight actually created that plan. It is as if it was someone else's idea.
How exactly do you summon a demon?
Each demon is unique, and the peculiarities of their summoning are correspondingly diverse. You need instructions for the summoning, very expensive and rarely of high quality. You also require a summoning circle in which the demon will appear, and a protective circle for the summoner. The demon is usually offered paraphernalia, offerings in order to lure him. These can range from crushed gemstone to the salt from a dragon's tear to a 16-year-old virgin. If such can even be found, should you not have any on hand, and this applies to all ideal paraphernalia, then you must improvise. Yet improvisation increases the risk, and a summoning certainly presents oneself with more than enough of that. One is safest when one knows the demon's true name.
What could go wrong?
If one does not draw the circle carefully, the demon will break out of it. Then he will skin the summoner alive, tear him apart, and smash some furniture, or houses, depending on his power. If the circle holds, you must bring the beast under your control. Otherwise, the demon will simply disappear once again, leaving you with naught but a new mortal enemy. Yet the most risk lies in the wording of the contract. The demon will follow it to the letter. To the letter. And he will use every possible misinterpretation, every little ambiguity against the summoner. Even the most powerful summoners have failed because of that. And if that doesn't get them, the plague of Duglum does. Eventually everyone who consorts with demons gets that.
Any advice?
Do not allow any discussion. And decide quickly whenever a decision is needed. The longer you discuss, the worse it gets. Quite like an academic dispute, actually.
I'll remember that. How did you plan on keeping the children from performing the summoning?
The demon servant gave them some summoning chalk and taught them some hopscotch. I listened and realized if performed correctly, those innocents would summon a Typhelel. I used Sleep of 1,000 Sheep to make him sleepy. Then I taught the children a few syllables of Zyad, the language of the demons, as you may know. If those snot-nosed little brats had memorized and recited those few simple syllables correctly, the demon would have appeared in a much weaker form, if at all.
Not bad for an eccentric bookworm.
You do me too much honor. After all, it didn't work, did it? And a prohibition would have only encouraged them. Never mind the fact that the utterance of prohibitions is per se paradoxical. But, Nandus, forgive me, the villain was a better kindergarten teacher than I. Perchance you're interested in the Typhonel yourself. I could teach you the wording for that spell, just to be safe, of course.
Then let's hear it.
Malkor, Mashrak, Maragosh. Zijan, Typhel, Marashik. Marak, Marak, Maratai.
Do you smell that too?
Yes, but it is not my fault that the sanitary facilities in these lodgings leave much to be desired.
That smells like smoke.
Truly. The upper town, it's burning. Well, at least now you know where the remaining children are, don't you?
We'll speak again, Magus.
If I still should be here, gladly.
A fire demon, out of nowhere. Pray us, help us.
I'll handle this. Is the way clear?
In principle, yes. Providing Perel's people let you through.
Then speak on my behalf, Margrave. A child's life is at stake, and not even the cartel could want to see the upper town in flames.
You really think they still listen to me? No, Chiron. A lot has changed since you killed Falk. There is no plague bailiff anymore. All those Rondrians who served the traitor fell to Yarkon's sword. And Perel and Fergalosh both want to prevail in their turf war before the Rondra Church can send more troops.
Fergalosh wants to designate the new plague bailiff. He lied to me.
Perel believes he is fighting for freedom. Fergalosh believes he is defending the law. But both are making a terrible mistake. They're putting their hatred above the good of the city.
I understand. Guard is out of control, and that leaves you but a single man alone.
There is one option. Perhaps Yakon's people are stronger. The remaining Rondrians are the only way we can get this town back together. And I would be very grateful for your help.
Simple question. What's in it for me, other than the cheers of Warlock citizens?
I'm still the Margrave. I'm certain I'll think of something appropriate.
Time will tell, Margrave. My next target is a fire demon.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Well, still looking for the flames of passion.
You know there's a fire, and all you do is stand around.
I didn't lock the summoner up and thereby awaken his thirst for revenge. He would have called the Typhonal anyway. But here he's at least useful.
You're gambling with someone's life. A child could burn to death.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I wouldn't have thought that a mind that inexperienced really could call the Typhonal. A hypothetical question, though. Which life would be worth more to you? That of a child, or that of your little Calandra?
You think it's all a game, do you?
Be nice if it were a game. But we need the Typhonal, Chiron. We need those burnt stones.
You're behind the fire demon summoning. What do you know about these things?
You do me too much honor. I had skilled support, but I like to help. Besides, bleached bones, they're nothing but deadly hot flames. Hard to crack with your sword and your cute metal glove.
Thanks to Azrael, I have more than my sword and my fists to use in dealing with demons.
And you should use that spell. And don't get too close. Otherwise, you'll singe the rest of your hair.
The Dark Mother. You sold your soul to her.
Yes. First Zul'Goroth, then her. Granted, the first time I had no choice.
Sounds risky.
And exciting.
Maybe I'd be a little nicer to you if you were to tell me what gift Thugonitoth gave you.
You've got this charming way about you I just can't resist.
So, when push comes to shove, you can make zombies fight for you.
Nightmares, Chiron. Deception, illusion. I'm a playful kind of girl. And the smell of rotting bodies bores me now.
You work blood magic, right? Then your soul belongs to Borbarad.
I admire what he did. Playing the archdemons off against one another. I like his teaching and use his spells. And if he can lay claim to my soul from where he might be now, for all I care, then the three entities can fight over me. When it comes down to it, the Dark Mother is likely to be the most powerful.
You want to be an undead?
I've already done so much for the Dark Mother. I'm certain she has a better use for me. Once she accepts me, I shall become a Morkan, a demon that creates entire worlds from people's nightmares. I couldn't imagine aspiring to anything higher. But I don't want to take any chances. Zul'Goroth must release me, and that's why we have to summon him.
This monastery, tell me more.
The monastery was our birthplace. It is dedicated to none other than Borbarad himself. And where is it? High in the cliffs of the Black Sickle.
We all come from there?
You and Calandra, you were kidnapped by our father. But the rest of us grew up there, trained ready for the battle that awaits us.
The two other Awakened, do you think Calandra is with them?
Azrael will have introduced them to her. Naturally, her new favourite's gift must continue to grow. Of course, I have no idea who survived.
You mean our father?
Looks like it. But you really take it that seriously, gorgeous?
How do you know so much about Azrael?
I was her student. Many years. Growing up in the monastery where we were all born. You, me, Calandra, Folk, Gamut, and the other two.
You are no longer there.
You had the good fortune to be kidnapped. I had to escape on my own.
And of course that was easy, from a monastery full of blood mages hidden from the world in the mountains.
Once I'd seen through Azaril's plan, it was easy. I feigned affection while establishing contacts with the necromancers. When she brought Calandra to us, I saw her incredible talent. So I got some help. A new mentor, so to speak.
Who?
The Dark Mother.
You're the first awakened I'm not forced to kill right away. Can you tell me about the others?
Gamut and I were the first to see through Azaril's plans, and the first to flee.
To the necromancers.
Right. They have taught us much to help us resist Azaril's influence. We felt safe until the Rondrians came to Arunk. And Folk. Gamut wanted to cut a deal with Folk. I knew it wouldn't work. Poor Gamut. I liked him.
More than Folk, I suppose.
Folk was a fool. He obeyed Azaril's every word and believed that she would give him preference for that. He was to awaken Calandra. But for some reason, he was too late. If you hadn't exposed him, Calandra would have come to us much less spectacularly after the wedding. That would have helped him, but only until Azaril found out how quickly little Calandra learns. Then she would have dropped him.
Folk, Gamut, Calandra, you and I. 2 awakened are missing from the list.
Right, but you will learn nothing about them from me. I owe them that much.
At least their gender.
Why that of all things? I understand. 3 women, 4 men. You want to count, to know if we are related by blood. Yes, that could become important for both of us.
How could you do that? Give that summoner a crazy idea like that?
Letting children summon demons. Well, we are in the Shadowlands. Better too early than too late.
One of those children is dead.
Perhaps yet another shall soon die, if you do not rescue it from its plight.
You also know where the last child is, am I right?
The ruins of Razazor's pyramid. That would definitely be an exciting place to play, wouldn't it?
You're doing that to provoke me, to see how I react.
I have to know who I'm getting involved with.
You wait here, you still have some explaining to do.
I love it when you give me orders.